welcome everybody. We're here right now. I am joined here with Virum for the EU Finals. We're about to get into the top four in a second. I can't believe that we have made it this far already. Virum, you've been following the action thus far. You've kind of hinted to me earlier what we might expect, but now it's time if you can share with everybody else kind of what you told me earlier. Virum, who's going to win this tournament? Not putting you on blast, just your educated predictions right now.
So my guess as to who will probably take this tournament is Fitizen. He is the first seed of the tournament. He is an incredibly well-rounded, incredibly thoughtful player. You know, he has an incredibly good Percival, but throughout this bracket, I don't think we're actually going to see that Percival based on the characters and his potential opponents throughout this bracket. We're going to actually likely be seeing a lot of his Seox to combat the Materas that he will be running into.
It's going to be an army of Materas?
Yep, we've got two Materas here in this top four between Dudikoff in winners finals and Mr. Pau in the losers semis, who will be facing off against Soki Charlotta.
Excellent.
So it's a warpath.
It's going to be quite a bit of a battle, we'll say. Not a struggle, but a bit of a battle. And just want to remind everybody that's watching, everybody that's participated in this tournament will be winning a prize just in general, just for signing up and competing in here. Everybody will have access to these exclusive in-game skins for everybody that has signed up. Again, if you guys are watching this tournament, you're watching this level of play, you may not be impressed by what you see and you think that, you know what, if I enter this, I can probably beat everybody in here. Well, you will get a chance. You can still sign up for tournaments coming up later. We will announce that later. But we do want to congratulate everybody that's in here and has made it thus far into the bracket. So, yeah, here's the bracket again. You know, as Virum kind of posted, Fitizen will be facing Dudikoff right now. In the winners finals, it's going to be a slugfest. Probably not going to see Percival. We'll see if we see a 6 versus some Matera action going on. I don't know what we're going to see. You might have, you have definitely more information on that. But yeah, this is going to be kind of crazy. You told us already the sneak preview of what's going to happen. Now we're just about to have to see it play it out.
Yeah, I know that the main reason why Fitizen likes to go CX versus the Materas is just because it's a much more comfortable matchup. He's able to play the Percy versus Matera matchup, but it's a lot more strenuous. He has to put a lot more thought into how he approaches, whereas with Seox, it's a much easier way to approach, and once he's in, he can just stick in, play that really powerful strike throw game, and just kind of oppress Matera and keep her in that corner. Meanwhile, of course, on the other side of bracket, we have Soki versus Mr. Pau. Mr. Pau is actually what many would consider to be the best Matera in Europe. He did have to fight Fitizen a bit earlier than expected, but Soki, on the other hand, has been making a really, really great run throughout this tournament so far. I think a decent few probably wouldn't have expected him to make quite this kind of run, to make it all the way to top 4, but he has been performing on fire throughout this entire bracket.
Well, of course, I mean, people are hungry right now. They want to get that W, so we're going to get started in a second right now. Yeah, and I guess just in general, the Percival-Matera matchup, Percival has to try to get in there, but Matera does a great job of zoning and keeping Percy out. From my noob understanding, am I right in that assessment for the most part?
Yeah, definitely to a degree, just because Percy's, he's tall, he's not the fastest character out there. He really has to kind of take risks in order to make his way in a way that Seox doesn't quite have to. Seox has incredibly fast movement speed. He's got access to the 2-8, the empty hand to bypass projectiles, and the use of the quarter circle back 2-on-4 H as well. Really, really good at just kind of winning neutral automatically for him, just to kind of get momentum going.
Yep. Excellent. And I think we should be getting ready right now, heading into winners finals first before we get into the loser side. Going to head over to the winners bracket right now and see what's about to happen. I'm looking very much forward to this.
Yeah, it definitely should be a great top 4. We've had over 70, I believe, entrants
Is
in
that right?
this initial quality. Yeah, 70 entrants in Western Europe. It's definitely, I would say, the most condensed part of Europe for Granblue. It's where a lot of our main talent is. Of course, there's plenty of talent in the other sides of region as well, sides of Europe as well. We have some incredible Spanish talent, for instance, which we'll see in EU South. We're getting straight into the game. Of course, here, once again, winners finals, Fitizen versus Dudikov.
And this is what you called me. Yep. I'm not going to see Percival. We're going to see CX versus Tara right now.
Oh, already just starting off. Just found his way in.
Yeah. He's going to get 70% right off the rip. Not even 10 seconds in. And I guess this is why. Why would you? Can you kind of elaborate why Fitizen would go for CX versus Percival in this matchup?
So again, as I mentioned before, a lot of it comes down to his ability to more easily approach versus Matera, as well as his ability to pressure her in the corner. That strike throw game that Seox is so good at kind of employing is so terrifying for a character like Matera who doesn't have the best defensive options. There we go. Seeing it in action right there.
Yeah, you're mentioning the strike throw game, but we just good call. I love that.
And there's the other mention before, that 2 on that empty hand, the 2-8H, just to bypass that projectile.
Blocks.
Good challenges so far coming out from Dudikov. He needs to be really diligent on defense in order to get past this character. Again, just Fitizen finding his way in, but great use of the rush.
Yeah, very patient right now.
Blocks the power pressure. Yeah. Well, I like the idea of the back shift there, trying to bait out a big button from Fitizen. Oh, but the big overhead coming out all the way to the corner goes Dudikov. But I guess 1 or 2 more times, misses the confirm.
Gonna get it 1-1 now. Yeah, that's I don't know, got a little trigger happy right there. I thought he had it.
Yeah, not able to combo the 2L into the far medium right there. Dudikov now pushing to the corner thanks to the butterflies. And there's the first throw once again. Dudikov stuck in the corner, having to deal with this pressure. 3 throws in a row coming out.
You're not kidding. Why is... Well, I said after this match, you said the strike throw game was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And clearly enough, surely enough, it's happening right now.
Dudikov trying to spot dodge past pressure coming out from Fitizen right now, but it's just not working out in his favor. Finally gets a brief moment of respite. Again, just works his way in immediately, gets the hit of the 2-on-4H, and that'll be the game. First game going to Fitizen.
And like you kind of said, pressure was kind of ridiculous. Is he going to be able to have an answer for it in this round? We're about to find out.
Yeah, Dudikov's definitely going to have to adapt quickly. He's going to have to really set the pace in the way that he wants to with Matera, but that is not a good way to start, unfortunately. Ooh, good throw back. Yeah. Most likely anticipating an immediate throw from Fitizen right there with how much he's introduced that option, but worked out very well in his favor.
Creating some distance, but okay. Don't know if they're... Okay. Pressure of...
Even whenever Dudikov gets these openings, it feels like they're so temporary. He's not able to maintain his offense properly afterwards. The clash of the projectiles. Solid hit. Fitizen will be enough. Dudikov steadily building this meter. He definitely wants to get to that 100.
No. Oh, no.
Pulls out the far medium with that 2-on-4H. Fitizen 1 round away from advancing into grand finals. Of course, for anyone new tuning in, it is first to 2 up until our grand finals, where it becomes first to 3.
Yeah, only grand finals will be 3 out of 5. Everything up to that point is 2 out of 3.
Ooh, almost gets the crazy follow-up right there with the air 2-on-4M. But it's not going to matter. That's going to be enough to get KO, I believe, even with this extension. Yep.
Durham, I have to give you credit. Good call on that. You called the picks. You called the match. It was just ridiculous pressure. You know, it's not over for Dudikov. Now Dudikov will be sent to the losers bracket, waiting patiently for their next victim. And, you know, they have time to process right now, understand what went wrong. Is there anything you might have advice for Dudikov in this kind of situation? How they might need to adapt in order to overcome Citizen's ridiculous pressure? Again, like you said, the kind of the throw setups. Even though, you know, in that last round, it wasn't really so much throw pressure. It was just kind of just a little bit, just too much pressure.
Yeah.
Any advice for Dudikov or any Materas in that situation?
I think a lot of what it comes down to is really capitalizing when you get those openings, you know, because once Dudikov was able to relieve the pressure, Citizen was already immediately back in, you know, he was just completely ignoring the stuff that Dudikov was trying to set up. And so as a result, one has to adapt around those options just a little bit faster. It's very tricky, I think, in these first two formats where just the rounds are over at a lightning pace. But, you know, that's, I think, what really separates the good from the great players in this game, that speed of adaptation.
Yeah, you know, and you do have the control as well. When you lose, you don't necessarily have to rematch right away. You know, that's the time you want to take to process everything that's happening. It's like, all right, hold on. I might have got smoked this last game. What kind of adjustments do I need to make sure that this doesn't happen again? But like you're saying, when it's 2 out of 3, that comes faster than you know it. You know, you're not really prepared in the necessary moment. But, you know, Citizen was prepared. You know, Citizen was ready and everything. And, you know, probably just chilling right now, drinking some tea, just getting ready for the grand finals. Going to look at, you know, the upcoming opponent, see what he's got to do. So I think right now we are going to go over to the losers bracket. And do you have any early predictions here? What we might expect to see?
So, under normal circumstances,
you know,
under normal circumstances, I would give this to Mr. Powell.
Under normal circumstances. So, since we're not in normal circumstances, what are we? what are the conditions here? That's hilarious. I like that.
I think it's just because, as I mentioned before, Sockie has been playing in this bracket incredibly well, and I think that momentum that he's had coming into this bracket, coming into this top 4, may allow him to push past this this very tall barrier that he has in front of him in Mr. Powell. But Mr. Powell's certainly not going to make it easy. Charlotta versus Matera, very much the epitome of a cat and mouse match.
Oh my gosh, yeah, okay. That's what we're about to see right now. Charlotta versus Matera?
Mm-hmm.
Oops. You just get a double mic there, huh? Sorry about that, guys.
It's all good. And I know Mr. Powell is, as a Matera main in Europe, he's known as, we like to call him the Rat King. Obviously, you know, in our comparison, the cat and mouse, the mouse here is Matera, and Charlotta's got to be the one to catch her flying around the screen. Mr. Powell, especially incredibly elusive with his movement.
I think that's a good name, Mr. Powell. Yeah, I know how much. You know, once Charlotta gets in there, it's kind of really you have to be patient, pick your spots, pick your timing, and all your attacks and whatnot. So I'm curious to see if Mr. Powell has the answer for this. And you predicted that this should be Mr. Powell's match.
Yeah, but I think we're going to see quite a good back and forth between these two.
Saki is focused and ready. There we go. I like that. Classic cat and mouse matchup here. There's patience on the approach. I like it. Mr. Powell has no reason to feel the need to pressure, but you know, might as well if you got it.
Lovely jump back right there. Very much a go-to defensive option from Mr. Powell, that fuzzy jump back just to avoid, get out of those situations. Ooh, doesn't quite get the conversion off of that butterfly explosion, but still in not a bad position. Lovely catch right there with the 2L.
Nice! A little stutter step right there.
Excellent delay, and now one more hit for Mr. Powell. Got to guess on the tackle the throw. Lovely coverage versus the back shift.
Again, you are definitely a fortune teller right now. I like it.
I'm just very involved with this scene. You know,
That's right.
I know these players. I've played against them a lot myself. So
beautiful. So you're speaking 100% from experience.
Missing the link after the 214H there, fortunately for him. Mr. Powell has a chance to get back to that full screen neutral. Lovely 2X call out the dash right there. And very kind of slow paced round between these two. Lovely, just whooshes right under. All right, there again, another opening. Saki looking real strong this round again. Got to be really scared in this position. There comes the OD. Mr. Power with another chance.
Very patient. Got to be very careful right now. One hit is all it takes. We're going to see some clean play from Mr. Power right now. Try to hold it down.
And all of these attacks coming out from Mr. Power are doing little bits of chip damage. Oh, Saki brute forcing his way in with the EX Shining Onslaught, and then the Holy Ladder clipping Mr. Power on the way down. Good stuff to Saki taking that game 1.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Throughout that game, especially the last part of that game, it felt like Power was making adjustments, but Saki riding the momentum, getting that early hit. Another opening right there into the hard knockdown.
Just relentless pressure right now. I respect it. Okay, going straight into overdrive. Whiffs the throw.
Big whiff on that throw.
Not the best punish, but sometimes all you need is just an opportunity.
Yep.
Anticipated jump in. No. Saki. God. Girl.
Oh, that back
Your
dash.
calls
All
are
right.
ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah, Saki is looking very, very strong right now. Only one round away from eliminating Mr. Power. The stack of pressure coming out. Oh, big catch on the spot dodge recovery.
50%.
That corner damage from Charlotta and the way that she's able to obtain it. Once again, the OD coming out, the offensive, aggressive OD, and look at all that chip that is mounting on Mr. Power right now. Finally finds a moment to get away. Ooh, finally gets the opening. Mr. Power's been doing a lot of the first hit of that JM to condition Saki on defense. Gets another big opening right there. Mr. Power on 100 meter as well. This is a real good situation. Oh, but a critical jump from Saki. What a read, and what timing. And now Saki moving on 2-0 in a very, very clean, definitive set.
Man. Again, your reads, Viram, are actually on point. You said you have the knowledge, you know these players, you know what they're capable of. You know, Saki was on a mission, has a couple more Matera matchups, you know, or anticipating the Matera matchup coming up ahead. Outstanding play all around. Didn't give Matera time to breathe and get any of her offense going. Just wanted to say, you know what, I'm just going to get in there. Some people are calling out the Saki sweep. We're going to see what happens, though. You know, there's going to be, you know, still has a lot of work ahead. It's not that, you know, not that free, not that given just yet. You know, Dudikoff is still waiting in there, saying, I saw what you're doing. I think it's kind of cute, but let me see how I kind of adjust to that kind of pressure. You know, any kind of anticipations, anything you think that, you know, a Matera player might need to do to get Charlotta off of her?
Ooh, it's very, very tricky. I think a lot of it comes down to knowing when and how that character is going to jump, because that Charlotta jump is the fastest jump in the game. It's very difficult to react to a lot of the time, but being able to play around that jump in particular is what is imperative to shutting down her approach, while also being mindful of stuff like the EX ball, EX Shining Onslaught to kind of brute force her way in. It's really just conditioning around those options and trying to call them out wherever possible.
Yeah, I saw a couple moments in there when you would see some kind of like anti-air arrows being thrown in, but you know, they were more like hopeful. I don't want to use the word because I'm probably going to get crucified for saying this. Oh, you know, you're trash. But I'm going to say it. Some of them looked a little bit desperate on the anti-airs, you know, trying to just, you know, I want to keep Charlotta away from me as much as possible. But it makes sense because you fear the jump. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I've had, you know, my experiences with that character. I don't necessarily like playing against Charlotta, but, you know, speaking as a bad player, my opinion doesn't really hold much merit. But what you're saying, like, it makes a lot of sense. Her jump is such a dangerous threat that if she gets it off, that she's just going to be in your face nonstop, and you don't want to deal with that at all.
Yeah, Charlotta's definitely a very heavy momentum-based character. Once she fulfills that win condition of getting in and getting you to the corner, it feels really, really suffocating to be there. She has so many low cooldown options, just so many plus on block moves that she can do, so many ways to get good Oki off of her knockdowns that it just feels really, really terrifying being in that position, particularly when you know how much damage she can get. We saw throughout that set, you know, Soki was getting those 40-50% combos and forcing Mr. Power in the corner just to guess afterwards.
That's right. So right now, for y'all watching, here's what's coming up. So Fitnessson right now is waiting patiently, calmly, sipping tea, looking at the losers bracket, laughing at the competition, while Saki and Dudikoff are going to be squaring off next. We're going to be seeing a Charlotta, well, potentially, we don't know. We're going to be seeing a Charlotta versus Matera in the losers bracket. That is going to be losers finals, and the winner of that will be playing squaring off against Fitnessson. But we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will resume the EU Granblue finals right now. Thank you all so much. Be right back. All right, everybody, we're back, and we're about to get straight into the losers bracket right now. With we're gonna see Matera. What are we gonna see right now? Actually, Vern?
Once
your
again,
predictions have been 100%. I don't want to mislead anybody and say that we're gonna see anything incorrectly.
Once again, we are going to see Charlotta versus Matera with Socky versus Dudikoff this time. And if I were a betting man, I'm not in Vegas anymore.
That's right.
But if I were a betting man, I'd bet on Socky in this set.
Okay.
Just coming off of the momentum versus Mr. Powell. As we mentioned before, he's just been looking really, really hot this whole bracket.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could do a lot of work versus Dudikoff as well.
I love that. Again, I'm not going to say everything that Viram said, because I don't want anybody to say, oh, well, you said that Viram said this, so this is what's supposed to happen. However, I will just say that his reads have been pretty accurate at this point. And I do like that you said, it's not so much going off of the matchup right now, but it's more so going off of the momentum that Socky has right now. You already won one uphill battle, winning the Matera matchup. Now you have another one being thrown in front of you. However, two players may not play the exact same. So, somebody is sitting here watching how Socky plays, and it's like, all right, I see what you're doing with Charlotta. Let's see if you can handle the way I approach the matchup. Mm-hmm. Some people say, oh, I saw this matchup already. No, this is about to be something different. You don't know exactly what's going to happen right now. And we have to see what kind of adaptations are made. If Socky right now is doing push-ups right now in the room, trying to get ready for any Matera possible outcomes right now. I'm excited to see what adjustments are made, if any. And I think both players may be ready right now. So as soon as we're ready, we're going to see that. But just in case, you said that if you were a betting person, who is going to win this matchup? Not that I'm going to log in right now, but can you just let me know right now?
I was leaning more towards Socky taking this. But as you mentioned before, of course, this game it's all played by people, and player matchups are very, very important. As you said, the styles of the Materas can vary, particularly within Europe. We have all different sorts of high-level Materas, and they all play very differently. So how Socky's able to adjust to that on the fly is going to be paramount if he wants to get this victory here.
Here we go. And again, it's actually, in this situation, I would say it's more beneficial for Dudikoff approaching this matchup, because they saw how Socky approached this matchup, literally just the matchup before this. So they might make their own adjustments to accommodate. And be like, okay, I saw what you were doing, I saw what you fell for, I saw the baits, and right now it looks like it's kind of working out that way.
Oh, this is going for the SPA already. Wants the hard knockdown to set up Oki properly. Alright. Big blocks coming out from Socky. Big jump in. This is how it starts, Mike.
Yep. This is it.
This is how it starts.
The pressure. Yeah, it's so hard to keep Charlotte. Oh, no! What's the throw? Got a good punish, and there it is again. Dudikoff saying, okay, you know what? I saw what you did. I know when you throw. I know when you want to come in. So, riddle me this. Let me keep you out and see how let me make you panic. Hit the panic button. Pressure out.
Pushing blocks.
Yep.
Honestly, from both players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Again, good block.
Nobody wants to make a mistake right now. Obviously, there's too much on the line.
Oh, critical anti-air, but not able to convert off it, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Alright. Dudikoff is actually pretty ridiculous right now.
Yeah.
Spacing everything out perfectly.
Yeah, he's very much making sure to keep his distance. Unlike Mr. Powell, who was, he set up his offense and he'd go in. Dudikoff has spent this whole time making sure that he is away from Socky at all times. Big, close, heavy starter. That's going to be a ton of damage in the corner. Hard knockdown, and you have to guess the game here. If he gets wrong.
Nope.
Oh, key jump, but no, still gonna get caught anyway. Yep. And here's the chip from the normals. Good patience in the rush.
Yep. Offensive shift there. Just it creates a little bit of distance, and Dudikoff. Oh wait, no! Sorry, my fault. Sorry about that.
Yep, Socky sniping Dudikoff out of the air right there.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that. Pressing the button early so that it catches them before the anti-air comes out, and look at all that damage piled on. 45% already.
Yeah, it's just started.
Oh, whipping the rush, but no punish. Neither player ready for that situation.
Yeah. A little bit of mutual respect right there. Constant
Offense,
pressure.
what a catch. Yep. Finally scouts out the jump with the far medium and gets full corner combo off of it. And Saki, once again, taking that first game.
Again, something, you know, that Virum called for people that are just watching right now. Virum said everything almost like he already has the script that was handed to him. Said that Saki would be playing a little bit different, a little more aggressive and passionate right now, kind of hungry to get the run back versus Citizen in the Grand Finals. So we'll see if it plays out accordingly. My script is a little bit different, but you know, I'm gonna trust yours. Overdrive.
Already, nice rush to remove that pressure. This is very important for Dudikov to kind of maintain this distance. Oh, but the big jump in from Saki. That's going to be a ton of damage boosted by OD. And there's the lights.
Yeah, just that light pressure, right? You don't want to get caught pressing the button. Okay. Saki right now is on match point. Dudikov has to do everything in their power to make sure that they can hold on to some slither of victory, but already getting pressured right now. Oh, Saki doesn't want to waste any time. Wants to send a message, almost good shot.
Wow, that was incredible offense coming out from Saki right there. The way that he used his options threw off Dudikov's defensive timings. You know, Dudikov usually very, very solid on defense, but Saki just really, really making use of all of Charlotta's offensive options right there and just kind of tearing him to shreds in that final round to get that clean 2-0 finish.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of said this might happen. You said that Saki was going to be ready. You know, kind of played with a little bit of I'm not going to use the word anger, but played ready to kind of get that run back. So Saki now will be squaring off against Fidison. And you said something about, didn't they play earlier? What happened when they played earlier?
Yes, so they played earlier in bracket, and the score was actually 2-1 between those two. It was a very, very close final round set. Fidison actually was very, very close to losing that set, if not for a couple of key decisions and a couple of very key hit confirms that he made using the Percival. So that's likely what we're going to see here between these two, the Percival versus Charlotta run back. Now, Fidison as a player is really, really known for his hit confirms. He's very, very good at those one hit confirms, which is so important to being able to play Percy very well.
Yeah, one of the things that, you know, that I really, kind of a little bit of a dirty secret is I love hit confirms. I love seeing clean play. I love seeing solid play. And I might get that privilege right now of seeing Fidison Percival. You said we might see it. You know, granted that what we saw so far in the top four was Seox. But if Fidison's going to rock Percival, we're going to see a Percival versus Charlotta. And obviously Saki's on a mission right now, saying, you know what? I'm sorry for dropping the game earlier. Everybody in my way. You have to take these L's. It's not personal. It's just business right now. But there's somebody that I need to remove from the tournament. And I'm going to have to beat them twice right now. I'm going to reset it real quick. And then I'm just going to wipe them out 3-0.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen essentially. Is that right? For everybody that plays their bet? Yeah, okay. Virum didn't say that. Well, I'm putting words in Virum's mouth right now. That's what he said.
Nah, I know that's what probably a lot of the people in the chat want. I can see the people coming through with the Saki sweeps.
Yeah,
I mean, they've been posting the hashtag Saki sweep. I know a lot of people. A lot of people want to see Saki do well. He's definitely within the European Granblue community. You know, he's a very well loved fellow. He's a lovely guy. Does a lot for the community. But honestly, the same could be said about Fidison as well. Very, very lovely guy. One of the top players in Europe, but more than happy to teach and help lower level players to improve. But Saki is definitely coming in as the underdog, and so everyone loves an underdog story, so they want to see Saki succeed here.
These are facts. So Viram, as somebody, you have extensive knowledge on both of these players, and I just want to say for people watching, we do appreciate you taking your time to lend your commentary, your knowledge, and to help players that are watching, because obviously had you been playing in here, you would be in grand finals right now.
Oh,
so
yeah,
now that you can now that you can share your insight, what should Saki be kind of going through his head, going through their head right now? What is going through Saki's mind right now, coming from the losers bracket? What do you think?
Ooh,
you've been right
tough.
about everything, so this is now I know.
Yeah, Saki, I think he just needs to maintain his patience and composure throughout this entire grand final set. Saki is very, very good at the Percival matchup, just as a player, probably one of, if not the best Charlottas at this matchup that I've ever seen.
Okay.
Take that from me. I've played him a lot. I main Percival personally.
Yeah.
I have been beaten down very, very, very harshly by Saki on multiple occasions, but Fitterson is definitely a higher caliber of player than myself. So as long as Saki sticks to his game plan, and it's a very, very well thought out game plan, he could definitely take the set, but I think Fitterson is not going to make that easy for him.
Okay. And Fitterson right now is looking at it. Actually we don't know. Fitterson maybe right now might be playing solitaire on another window right now, just like not even concerned in the least, because the confidence levels are so high. Charlotta, Matera, I'm not even going to concern myself with these issues. I'm going to win no matter what. I cannot wait to see what kind of which character is going to be picked. We don't know, but you're going to bet on Percival, right?
Leaning towards the Percival, but there may be one other surprise character that Fitterson was briefly mentioning to me before.
Okay.
We may see. It won't be the Seox. He won't go for that against Charlotta. That's pretty much reserved only for Matera and Ferry, because he feels very comfortable with Seox in those matchups. We may see the Vegeta. And the reason why we may see the Vegeta is, again, very much a player matchup thing. He knows how comfortable Saki is at fighting against Percival, but no, he's sticking with his tried and true.
Yep.
Here comes the Percival, here in Grand Finals.
Exactly, kind of like, it's so crazy to see that. I love seeing that. You understand what I'm about to say, but the 3-for-3 is just kind of unreal. You understand, the player base, but beyond that, just even as far as the matchups go. But as you said, Saki is one of the best in this matchup.
Lovely reaction to the EX4 right there, and that's something that we kind of coined for Fitterson in the community. He is kind of Mr. Reactions. He's so good at reacting to those kind of situations and getting the hit confirms, as we mentioned before. Saki on the offense. Yep. Good jump out, but lovely DP as well.
I love seeing Percival. I think it's just such a solid character, not really too many gimmicks. Again, the better your hit confirms, the better you are with the character. You said that we're witnessing one of the best players with hit confirms right now.
I guess the opening with the close medium, very back and forth so far between these two. Oh, good spot dodge on the OD. He's going to get the full opening into SBA. Very clean Fitterson right there. Yeah, that was a very crucial spot dodge right there. And made sure, even though he probably had the time to get the bigger punish, he went for the safe guaranteed KO. Lovely reactional jump right there as well. Just a little bit too slow on that 2H. Saki finding his opening, starting the corner offense, but the immediate back shift to relieve that pressure. Here comes the fireball walling.
Fitterson is pretty comfortable. Big pressure right there, a little tick throw action.
I like the decision right there from Fitterson to try to go for the JU, to try to catch Saki maybe jumping or going for some kind of delayed mash. That's what that option covers really well, but Saki managing to find his way out until that 2L comes through and seals the first game for Fitterson.
Again, this is 3 out of 5. So, okay, I was going to just say, it looks like Saki's going to take a little bit of time to try to understand what happened, but feels confident in saying, alright, you know what, let me adapt to my mistakes, bring the pressure to Fitison. Oh, nice, punishes the whiff DP.
Characteristic whiff right there. He needs to go for the X or medium DP.
You're going to label it as an input error.
Yeah. Ooh, big close heavy right there. Just goes straight in, cashes out with the SBA. Right, one more solid hit from Fitison should be enough to take this round. Lovely jump from Saki. He's so good at those fuzzy jumps to avoid the command grab setups. Ooh, risking it all with the DP right there.
Nice. Nice back shift right there. Okay. Drains all the meter just to create some opportunity.
And again, wow. Fitison playing risky right now. Just willing to gamble in these situations just to seal out these rounds.
Doesn't want to give Saki any opportunity. No momentum at all.
Nice anti-air with a close medium. Unfortunately, not able to convert off of that. Oh, a great air by Saki right there, keeping Fitison pinned in the corner. Saki once again brute forces his way in with the Shining Onslaught and a solid corner combo. He has SBA available. We might see another offensive overdrive like we saw before, but the run under coming out from Fitison to completely reverse the situation.
Wanted to see some adjustment, but Fitison is too composed right now.
Oh, what a challenge right there with the medium. Again, the challenge this time with the far light. Saki playing with such confidence. Even on the back foot.
Gotta try to get this round right now. It's crucial to go into the next game with confidence for Saki. Gotta get this game. Gotta get this round, sorry.
Yes. Big 2H coming out from Fitison right there. Chooses to stock up once again. And another 2H. It's gonna hurt. Corner the trade. Fortunate for Saki, that would have been the round otherwise. Gets the follow-up.
It's possible. It is possible. Don't give up just yet. Yep, here we go.
Yep.
Cool, watch.
And Farlight is the start of it. Both exchanging the ODs, but it comes out in Fitison's favor. This is a real tough situation for Saki. He won't die to chip just yet, thanks to OD. Oh wow, what a sweep!
It's possible.
Definitely is.
Yes, possible. I'm telling you, it's possible.
Oh,
No,
but the
possible.
2L enough to do it for Fitison. Up 2-0 now. One more game, and that'll be grand finals going to Fitison.
Oh no, Saki, please take your time before this next round. You don't have to hit rematch right away unless you have a confident game plan. Okay?
Off to a good start already.
All the anticipations are perfect. Mad B, this is not 3-0. We don't know what's happening yet. You didn't get the script. Relax. Okay. Oh, good
Wow.
pressure right there.
Oh, that's a big jump over, but no punish on the OD activation.
Nice.
Again, the fuzzy jump coming out from Saki. You cannot 5U this man. I've tried.
He's tried.
I've tried a lot.
To no avail. Okay.
Oh, never mind. If you do it raw, you can get the hit. That's going to be solid damage. Doesn't have the stocks to convert further, but another command grab. Are you kidding me?
Oh, it's so frustrating to get hit by the command grab.
I'm sorry for lying to you guys.
No, please. You've never lied thus far.
It's on a sliver of
Oh,
life.
yeah.
Wow.
Fun.
The overhead just to keep him pinned down, and now Fitison one round away from sealing this qualifier.
Yes. That's not in my notes. It's not supposed to be 3-0. It's not like this. Okay, good. Relentless pressure. That's right. You gotta fight back. You gotta stand up for yourself right now, Saki. You've trained this matchup. This is the matchup you know. Those command grabs were absolutely insane last round. Now, not even needing to rely on it, just, oh my god, just sheer pressure.
Lovely challenge that time with the light, knowing that Fitison will try to call out the fuzzy jump again. doesn't get the rush confirmed that time. There we go.
No.
That's the rush confirm into the EX Zoraisen. And that will be your grand finals. Fitizen taking it with a clean 3-0 finish over Saki.
Oh no! You had the script.
There's
Some people
those hit
apparently leaked
confirms.
it. Yeah. I think some people in the chat room had the script leaked. I don't like that. You know, this is supposed to be a surprise for everyone. However, Virum did have it first. You did let me know. You know, I like to ask that again. I won't go into the specific details to show exactly the extent of your knowledge, but you did say, you know, Mike, this is what's going to happen. You know, if you want to watch it, you can, but I'm just going to tell you what's going to happen right now. And you are 100% accurate on everything. That's extremely impressive. You know your stuff, but beyond that, you know the players. You know their tendencies as well. You said Saki was going to come out of the loser's bracket, you know, kind of with a vengeance. And we did see that. You know, even wasn't really like anticipating going heavy on the rematch. It's like, hey, I figured it out. Let's get this right now. Fitizen was cool, calm, collected, did the thing, destroyed Saki, unfortunately 3-0, and is the winner of the tournament. Is there any advice you might have for Saki or any of the other future contestants entering this tournament right now?
Ooh, it's tough. I feel like Saki made a lot of very good plays throughout that set. It was just that Fitizen was introducing a lot of new options to keep Saki on his toes. You know, a lot of the usual defensive habits that Saki is very well known for in this matchup sometimes were not working. You know, we saw in that one round the double command grab in a row, and that's because Saki, he does a lot of these really good delayed fuzzy jumps, but as a result, he's a bit vulnerable to not dealing with the non-tick throw 5 views very well. So that's a little thing to work on. And then of course, just for general players coming in for upcoming qualifiers, you know, just make sure that you have your game plans going in versus the players, versus the matchups, and just make sure you're as prepared as you can so that you can try to push as far as you can to make your way to that qualifier, to that final, the regional final later on.
That's right. And you know, you said yourself earlier, and you know, I really do appreciate and respect that as a charitable individual. You know, you wanted to give shine to some of the other players that are playing right now. You know, you didn't want to, you know, it's their moment right now.
Oh yeah, of course,
but,
of course.
Yeah, but you did mention that in the matchup when you're playing versus, you know, Saki, for example, what would you say? You said that Saki kind of knows that matchup better than anybody else, right? Charlotta versus Percival. What would you say the differences were when you play versus Saki versus what you saw versus Fitizen?
Fitizen in general is a lot better at reacting to his hits and reacting to those jumps. Okay. Usually, Saki is very good at picking rather unorthodox situations to jump, and for me personally, that tends to catch me off guard. But Fitizen is incredibly at reacting to and responding to those more specific situations to get the punishes on those jumps. We saw quite a lot of those 2Hs come out, and he managed to get quite high reward off of hitting them. So that's definitely one of the biggest differences, as well as the way he plays defense is a lot stronger than the way I play defense, and he calculates his risks a lot better than I do.
Got you. Very cool right now. Yeah, very, very, I think those are essentially the tools you need to become successful. You know, calculated risks are so important. Yeah. Defense is everything, something that people overlook. You know, you look at your stick, you got so many buttons, you look at your pad, you got all these things you want to press. But people overlook the importance of composure, maintaining, just that patience, and knowing when to block and when your opportunity is to attack. I also think I like that you mentioned it's just the reaction aspect. It's not something that can really be, you know, you're not born with that. You actually really have to practice and start seeing kind of trends and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, Fitizen has it. And you know, you told me that, just a little bit of spoiler alert to people that are watching right now. Virum told me everything. You know, I came in here a little bit late, and I said, Virum, I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to read the script. Can you tell me what's going to happen? and told me everything that was going to happen with Fitissen's play and decisions, even with Saki going to making it back to it. So that's actually beyond impressive. I think that's amazing. Good call, good reads. All right. So right now, I want to congratulate Fitissen again for the composure. It was absolutely outstanding. We're going to take a quick break. Do not go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to get a chance to hear from Fitissen himself and see exactly what it was. What was going through the mind? How was it easy? Was he stressed? We're going to find out in a bit. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, we are back right now. Oh, sorry. Well, Virum, your identity has changed a little bit. It looks like you have a regular T-shirt on now. So
Yeah.
I just Fittison,
I went and changed real quick.
Got you.
Yeah.
Just want to say congratulations, first of all. Your performance was ridiculous. Just a little bit of insider. There's a lot of people that are watching right now, and I just want to let people know, not to take away any from your magic. Your performance was ridiculous, but apparently Virum and MadV89 had a script, and apparently you followed it perfectly. They said what was going to happen. I didn't believe it. I thought I was going to see some live reactions, but your Percival was absolutely ridiculous. Your reactions were so on point. How did you feel, going in, not just from the top 4, from the beginning? How confident were you that this was your tournament?
I was actually not that confident. It sounds really arrogant to say after winning, but I haven't played that much in the last 2 or 3 months. I played loads, don't get me wrong, I played loads over the course of the game's life cycle, but otherwise you can't really, win a tournament like this. But in the last 2 months in particular, I played a little less because I was bummed out about not going to EVO, because I really wanted to make it.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't super confident going into this, but I played the last few days a little bit again, and I felt like I got my confidence back up. So by the time I was in bracket and rolling, I felt pretty good.
That's it's great to hear too, because that's something I can relate to. I also wasn't able to enter EVO for a specific reason, so you and I kind of placed got the same placing at EVO, kind of on equal skill. But I do love the fact that I do love the fact that you were saying that you haven't been playing, you haven't been practicing. Two of the same, right?
Yes, yeah, I have started playing again in the last 4 or 5 days in preparation for this. I was kind of on the fence if I'm going to join or not, but when I decided to join, that's when I went back in.
You're on the fence of it. What was it that was keeping you from being 100% confident that it's like, hey, you know what? Oh, a tournament online? Yeah, I'm going to sign up and win this. What was keeping you on the fence? What was going through your head on that?
Well, I'm kind of an all or nothing kind of guy, so unless I feel really prepared, I'd rather not play at all. So, and that's why I was kind of on the fence about it. If I don't have the time and energy to really, prepare myself, I'd rather just skip out and then maybe play in the December one.
Oh man. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, my fault. Okay.
It's not so much about my chance of winning. Like, I understand that fundamentally I'm good enough to always have at least an outsider's chance to win.
Yes.
So it makes sense to enter in that sense. But if I don't feel like I'm really well prepared, I'd rather just skip and move on to the next thing. But I mean, I love this game. It's my favorite game since Street Fighter 4. I was kind of a SF5 call it refugee, I could say.
I got you.
I was really happy when it came out, then not so happy when I played it.
Okay.
and then I started playing other games. Like you, I dabbled in Xrd. And played a few other games. But when Granblue came out, I felt like I was finally I've arrived,
Yes.
I'm back to getting these like one-hit confirm type games. Calm, collected, neutral. Of course, not every matchup is like that, right?
Of course.
But that wasn't the case in SO4 either.
Yeah.
But the matchups where it's important, it's very important, So I really enjoy that.
Yeah, you were rewarded for your time put into the game. I'm assuming that, I'm just gonna throw this out there because I know you're humble, but I hear it. I can break through the humble thing that you're saying, right?
Yeah.
So your reactions are pretty on point. Your patience is ridiculous. Your hit confirms are out of control. Granted, the hit confirms, I was leaked that information before the tournament. Virum told me that your hit confirms are absolutely ridiculous. You found something that connected. I do understand the fact that you are a bit hesitant to enter because, you want to make sure that if you enter, you give it your best. You're not sloppy with your game or lazy in that point. You want to make sure that you give it your all. You're a bit hesitant. but eventually you said, you know what, I'm gonna enter anyways. Now, when you decided to enter, this is the only part where what I'm about to ask you could make everybody hate you. Did you decide to enter because you looked at the list of everybody that signed up and said, "Oh, this is actually the easiest tournament of my life," or is it because you said, "You know what? I don't care. I wanna, test myself against everybody in here." What was it? What was the tipping point that made you say, "I have to sign up. I have to enter this tournament"? Was it the downloadable skins? I'm actually curious. What made you say that I gotta enter? What was it?
For me, it wasn't the skins. Like I usually just play the first color on my main. I mean, there are exceptions. For first of all, play someone else, but
for sure.
No, it wasn't any of that. The thing is this, right? I do think that when I enter, a lot of the time, like in Granblue right now, I am the best player entering. But I think it's normal to have that kind of confidence.
Sorry, sorry. I love that. My bad. I love to hear that. I love to hear the confidence. It's great to hear. Okay. Yes.
I mean, but the thing is, I mean, it's never easy. It's best of 3. Anything can happen.
That's
you know, we know this historically in any fighting game. The best player doesn't always win every tournament. That's ridiculous.
Facts.
You know, and but I felt like I wanted to be part of this, so I entered. You know, like there's this chance now to extend the game's lifespan as well by participating in these tournaments, and I didn't want to look back and regret not entering. So in the end, I kind of jumped over my shadow. I was like, okay, I'm gonna enter in 5 days, and then I prepared, and I eventually.
Wait, I'm sorry. I must have static coming through my end. Did I just hear you say I'm gonna enter in 5 days? Is that what you said?
Yes, I made the final decision. No,
5 days before the tournament. Is that right? Or 5 days before registration closed? You said, you know what? Okay, I'll do it.
This interview is easy for you. Yeah, when you leave, you don't have to talk to these people.
I know. I understand. Again, hey, first of all, you just gotta understand. Well, yeah. I see what you're doing. I don't like what you're doing right now. Now you're gonna try to make me sound arrogant. Well, let me just say this. All right, you know what?
Well, there's enough live footage out there.
Okay.
That's 10 years old or whatever that has you being arrogant on it. Go on.
You're right. Thank you. Okay. So, all right. So since nobody should be surprised, I'll say this. I've been on both ends. You know what I'm saying? I've sat where you sat. I understand that. This is why I want to try to bring that out. Not in arrogance and disrespectful way, of course. But what I do love and appreciate is kind of that mindset and that confidence in saying, you know what, I have to enter, not because it's like, oh, yeah, I was joking earlier. But, I think you kind of understood that. You didn't see anybody in the bracket as like, oh, I'm going to win this tournament, but it's more so to test yourself and be like, all right, you know what, I want to see what I can do. And because of that, okay, yeah, please.
I'll say this. I mean, this is not my first fighting game. And even though obviously, I mean, I don't have any clout. I have like, I'm not famous on Twitter.com.
Oh God, but we'll talk about that in a second. Okay.
But I've played on a high to top level in multiple fighting games.
Okay.
I feel in the past, and so I know what I can do when the stars align. But this as well as anyone. You need a lot of things have to align to be really good in a game. It's not just the talent. It's also having the time, having the energy, having maybe the competition, locally. So it wasn't so much about what I know what I can do under perfect circumstances, but not everyone always has perfect circumstances, right? I mean, people have jet lag.
I'm sorry, I didn't laugh. I'm sorry, that was I coughed. but you are right. Yeah, you're right there. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, yes. Yeah. There are different factors, that could prevent somebody from winning.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
But in this case, it's just in this game in Europe, I do feel usually like, I'm confident to win, and then of course I don't win everything, and if I don't win, what can you do? You reconsider, you check the tapes, you try to improve, and you try again. That's all you can do. So I don't know. I've heard. I want to ask you something because I feel like I am an outlier. Like I've asked friends throughout the years, because I always thought this was normal. Until I lose a match, I always think I'm gonna win. Is that the case for you? Like, are you mid-tournament, like best of 3, and you're like backed into a corner? Do you feel like, oh, I got this? Well, of course you've had losses, so sometimes you lose. But do you always feel like you're gonna win until you don't?
Yes.
Because that's the case for me, and I felt like this is something that's not talked about a lot, but that's a huge asset because. What it does is it makes you focus on what you can actually change in the moment, right?
Yep.
What's the line to win this realistically?
I would say, as somebody, I know there's people watching this right now, and they're saying, who is this guy, this random dude talking to Fittison right now? You asked that question that I can't believe that's never. Yeah, we should definitely switch roles. So your questioning is amazing. I can honestly say yes, you're right. You're 1,000% right. In what is it, 2022? I would say in almost 20 plus years of competing and entering tournaments, I may only think of 1 or 2 times at most in my head where I thought, oh, I'm not going to win this.
Yeah.
I could be down a game in a round and be like, okay, if I do this, I'm going to come back and win.
Yeah.
I remember specifically even being in final round tournament in the United States here in Atlanta. I remember I lost my very, very, very first game, and I lost this guy 2 straight games. I couldn't believe it. And I said, oh, I'm still going to get top 8. And I did. You're right. Like, you have that confidence. So I hear what you're saying. Yeah, you always believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to believe in you? You don't. Yeah. You have to do it. Yeah.
I mean, you might have people in chat, spamming Saki sweep. So maybe get those people believing in you.
And maybe that's what powered you up. You start seeing that, and you're like, you know what? Let me put the naysayers at ease. I do have another quick question for you. So once you made it to the top 8 and you saw everybody, all of your opposition, how confident were you at that point that this was Fittison's tournament?
Who did I play in top 8? I think it was.
Oh my God! Wow. Okay. Sorry. I said that out loud.
No,
you don't even remember. It was just too quick.
I'm thinking. Don't put words in my mouth.
Okay.
I'm just thinking of the order, but I think I think I played Pal, in top 8. Well, the thing is this, right? You saw me playing 6. That matchup is fucked up. It's so bad for Matera. It's so bad. Okay. It's the main, like, I don't like Percy against, Fairy and Matera. Okay. And so I play 6 for those matchups. And it's not because the matchup is awful, it's just easier with him. And that matchup is so bad. I feel sorry for all the Matera players. I say, like, he should be nerfed. This is... Imagine Sagat versus Honda, but switched. Like...
I mean, I learned the matchup, and I beat many of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I hear what you're saying.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, you're talking to somebody that's godlike. That's a little bit different. Yeah.
What I'm hearing is Matera players should just learn the matchup and get better at it.
That's right.
Is that what you're saying? All right.
Exactly right. All right. So.
No, but seriously, it's really bad. It's really bad. So when I saw Pao counterpicks against me. But my sub 6, I think, has more experience than his sub Basaraga. He played Basaraga against me, and then I had the next, Matera lined up right away. So at that point, I mean, Dudikov, we play, like he knew that I'm very heavily favored to make it to Grands. So at that point, I was feeling very confident. Yes.
So now I just want to congratulate you. I was told that there was nobody that was going to be able to compete with you. Essentially, you kind of had the confidence. It's crazy to hear that you were kind of hesitant to even enter this, but from what the voices say is there was nobody else that was going to kind of take this from you.
I mean, I gotta say this now because otherwise this is, it's too late. But there are several people who can beat me, of course. Saki actually on our community stream, that we made going up to top 4. Saki almost beat me. Like it was, I had to make a comeback to not get eliminated. So there are several people that can beat me. You know, it's not like I'm this unbeatable juggernaut or something.
Gotcha.
But you know, I was confident and I managed to execute.
Gotcha.
You know Mark Jackson from the NBA?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I do. Yes.
Execute.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, yeah. Again, you know, I respect the the humble approach from you. The script that I had, it says here you're unbeatable. I'm just going with what I was given from the lines here. Citizen, where can more people find information on you and perhaps watch more of your matches?
So yeah, you can follow me on twitter.com/Fitison93.
Got you. I think we have that up there. So y'all watching.
Oh yeah.
Follow that right there.
Mm-hmm. And other than that, you know, on the Hearts Are Blazing Discord server, that's like the main central hub for European Granblue. That's where you can play me, you can DM me, ask me for games, tips, whatever. Like it's all fine by me. And there's gonna be actually a tournament series, community-driven tournament series, made by our user Cake. That is gonna be running simultaneously to these qualifiers over the course of 9 weeks. So you know, I assume I'm going to be entering those when I have the time as well.
And where can people find more information on that tournament? Who do they follow for that?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Got you.
Yes. So on the Hearts Are Blazing Discord server, this guy is, and the username is @CakeKatakoi. You know the Japanese saying, kakatakoi. It's like this, but only cake. It's better to write it out. Someone put it in chat. I'm sure somebody on Twitch.
Yeah. There was somebody with the script earlier. I'm sure he's gonna put it out.
This is the problem when you have Japanese names.
Got you. Oh, there it is. Boom. Got you. All right. Yeah, you're already good. Thank you, Vero. Sorry. People being a little rude.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Then I'm gonna say this now.
Yeah, please.
I hope I'm not, you know, killing any embargoes here, but Majin Tenshin Han, who you might know from Event Hub's fame, he's had 3 Clash of Champions invitationals in the past. I've participated in 2 of those.
Okay.
And I'm gonna spoil it here. He's only told me I hope it's fine because.
Oh God.
But he has another one planned.
Are you sure you want to?
Definitely follow Majin Tenshin Han as well. No pressure, Majin. If it doesn't work out, you know, because we're still in the planning phase. But what I'm saying is definitely give him a follow as well, because he also translates a lot. Just recently, he translated a tier list with a lot of notes from Japan. So great place to go if you want information on the game.
Excellent. Fitison, thank you so much. You know, and also congratulations. We will be seeing you later in the grand finals. You know, you're one right now, so you're going to be chilling. You're going to get to watch a lot of people competing, you know, trying to take your throne. After talking with you, I think, you know, it's going to be very difficult. I love your humble approach. It's very important to retain that humility and, you know, kind of self-awareness.
Despite your best efforts.
Right. You know, no, like real talk. I do appreciate, I see it and I understand it. So just want to congratulate you, everybody in the chat. Please congratulate Fitison for being the champion. What a wonderful performance, and I can't wait to see, you know, how you perform later on. Oh God. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you so much, man. Oh, Viram. Welcome back. You heard it again. Thank you. You know, I didn't tell people. I hope I didn't leak it. That you gave me the leaked script from earlier, but your calls were 100%. Why don't you break down this top 8 of what we saw?
All right. So of course, we only saw on stream. We were only able to see the top 4, but going back, of course, into the sets for top 8, Fitison, Mr. Powell, of course. He talked about that himself before, winning 2-0. Cake versus Dudikov. Now, that's actually quite an interesting set because those two have played in bracket before. Cake was able to take it over Dudikov. This was a good while back, but Dudikov getting his revenge here in this bracket to make it to the winners' finals. On the loser side of things, we had Soki versus Jundo. Jundo being probably the best ferry in Europe at the moment, having kind of an unfortunate run, having to deal with both Dudikoff and Soki, two of his least favorite matchups to play as ferry in Matera and Charlotta. On the other side, we have Sonic San versus Viva. Sonic San on the Belial and Viva on the Narmaya. Sonic San was originally the second seed of this tournament, but not able to make it quite as far as he would have liked, thanks to Mr. Pow, a player whom he goes relatively back and forth with. Games usually in Mr. Pow's favor. And then, of course, on the other side of losers, Soki taking it over Cake. And then, of course, we go to the top four, which is what we saw before. Fitizen over Dudikoff. Seox overwhelming Dudikoff's Matera right there. Soki taking it in the double 2-0 versus the double Matera, adapting very, very well to the two different styles of Mr. Pow and Dudikoff Matera. And then finally, the very clean 3-0 in grand finals coming out from Fitizen. So in this entire top 8, we only had one set that wasn't a sweep. Wow.
That's actually you're right. This is just Mr. Pow versus Sonic San. So, again, thank you so much, Viram. You laid it out for me beforehand because, as I was rushing to get here, I didn't have the notes, I didn't have the script, I didn't know who was going to win. You kind of just rushed me through it real quick on who was going to win, etc. You got a chance to see Fitizen's interview. What do you have to say about his confidence? Is that something that you were expecting? Are you surprised at all by how he felt about even entering this tournament?
I honestly, as somebody, as I mentioned before, I myself play Percival, so it's kind of natural when you see higher level representatives of your character, you see them in action. It's kind of natural to be fans of them in a sense, and all the better that Fitizen is a person of great humility and integrity. So it's it works out very well in that regard. So I think a lot of what he said didn't really come as too much of a surprise to me as somebody who's been getting to know him over the past year plus that we've been playing this game. Well, actually, no, it's closer to 2 years now. So personally, for me, it wasn't too much of a surprise, but nonetheless, I'm very happy to see that he was able to perform to the level that he was expecting and hoping for in this event.
Well, yeah, just you called it, you said it. I love his humble approach. There was literally no surprises, I guess, in your eyes. There was, I would say it would be for me, but it's my fault for getting spoilers from you a little bit early. I just want to say that his play was solid. It was sound. Everything you said about just as far as his, from character selections to reactions to patience on the defense was perfectly on point. And I think what ended up winning was just the self-composure. He kind of mentioned that Saki had a chance, kind of put him on a little bit of threat earlier in the bracket, but in grand finals, Fitizen's composure is ultimately what just, held everything together. So I think, the best player won in this circumstance. This is what happens. There's a lot of pressure going on. There's so many tournaments. If y'all are watching, and again, I said this at the start of this, you guys are watching this right now, and you said, you know what? I saw the highest level of play possible. These players are mediocre at best. I think I can enter and beat everybody. You will get your chance. Make sure you do follow us along the Twitterverse as well. We are posting mini updates. There's plenty more tournaments to go, and you will have your chance to win. You will have your chance to compete, in the highest level. And everybody that enters will be eligible for winning or not eligible, I'm sorry, you do get a skin. You do get a custom skin just for entering. So if you guys want to get that, boom, there it is. Just for competing, you already get a prize, which should be pretty good incentive for a lot of players. I just want to congratulate and thank everybody that participated. Congratulations to Fitizen. I really had a great time. Thank you, Viram. You're, again, people don't know what I heard beforehand. Your knowledge is absolutely incredible. Thank you for sharing that with me. And you know, you're the voice, man. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my man. It's been an absolute pleasure being here to be able to commentate this first qualifier. But as you said before, we have so many more upcoming on the horizon. I want to say we've got 7 more qualifiers for each of the regions. I know the next European one is going to be next Saturday for EU North, so we're going to see a lot of our Scandinavian players. There's going to be some incredible talent there. But yeah, it has honestly been an absolute blast being able to share this experience with you, Mike, and thank you very much for having me.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with me. Thank you for allowing me to just share as well, to be part of this with you. I really appreciate this. This is awesome. And thank you guys all for watching as well. And we will see you next time. Thank you, guys.